Hey guys, welcome back to Thursday Thoughts. I'm Funky Like Feathers, and today I'm going to tell you how you can get a novel written in 30 days. Okay, so I'm going to see how long I can do this with my glasses and the light on at the same time. Alright, so every November is National Novel Writing Month, and it's called NaNoWriMo for short. And for adults, the goal is to write 50,000 words in 30 days, and then there's also a Young Writers program where the goal is 35,000 words in 30 days. It is a blast, it is a ton of fun, and there are tons of resources out there to help you through the process of writing a book in 30 days. So I'm going to be sharing with you guys some of the resources that I use, and then over on my Patreon page I have like a packet as well as the 3-act storyline and stuff all available for free on my Patreon so that you can download that and get started on your own book for November, because right now it's really the prime prep time. So let's get started. I'm going to show you a little bit about things of how I organized for my book last year, and then I'm going to show you what all I'm doing for this year to kind of change it up and to make my system work better for me. Okay, so first things first, always get a notebook. Okay, start with a notebook. Writers have hundreds of notebooks. I just dropped one. Writers have hundreds of notebooks, but there are reasons why. So this is the first notebook that I started putting my stuff in for last year's NaNoWriMo for 2018. And you can see there's like some little tabs on it and everything. But when you go in there, I mean, I've got the hero's journey, and then just to kind of write down ideas of exactly what all you're going to be doing. So I kind of started writing a little bit about the plot, and then I started kind of going through some characters of what all I knew that I wanted them to like have. So I mean, and you can see there's a bunch of notes and things crossed out constantly, but to kind of put your ideas on paper, writing things down by hand makes a huge difference. And I have to say that is one big thing that I have definitely been going towards this year, is kind of getting ideas out and handwriting things as much as possible. So, and then I also took the hero's journey and drew it out entirely and did a plot embryo. And if you want to know a little bit more about plot embryos, Rachel Steven is a really good person to kind of check out. She had a ton of videos about this a few years ago. I will put a link down to her channel in the description box below if you want to check out some of her videos as well, because she has more information about the actual plot embryo. So for last year, I also put together what is called a codex, or a series Bible. And this is what it looks like. So the cover says the first draft of anything is shit, and that was by Ernest Hemingway. So that was just kind of a reminder to myself that like, this is gonna be bad, but it's gonna be awesome. So, and you can see how thin this codex is. It's only maybe half an inch, okay? But in it, I put a ton of the resources and things that I needed for characters, you know, there's stuff for setting, but this packet that I used, okay, for my character outlines, my character profiles, like this is Silas, he's the stepdad. These character profiles came from a packet that I can no longer find online. So, and I mean, the website that was listed at the bottom of these things, I can't find the packet. Luckily, I saved it on my computer. So this packet is available to you guys on my Patreon page, free of charge. Just go get it. It has amazing layouts for fleshing out characters, drawing up your setting, and of course you can print multiple of whatever pages that you need. So like pages 8 and 9 are the character profiles, and those are the pages that I use the absolute most. So but like I said, this is my codex for last year. My codex for this year is an actual flippin' binder, okay? This is last year's, this is this year's. It's a 1-inch binder. And that way I actually have tabs for every single character, all that kind of stuff. But a lot of times I end up cutting and pasting pictures of the characters. So like even the animals, okay, the pets. I print out pictures and then I paste them on there for the characters that I have. It makes it a lot easier to kind of have everything on hand to know exactly what it is that you're looking at. And then in the back, I left some blank pages in my codex so that I could cut and paste things like storefronts, because there's a coffee shop in my book. There's also like a really big house. So those kinds of things, I could cut out pictures from things that I found online or Pinterest, print that out and put it in my codex just to kind of have a mental reference for when I was writing something in that scene. Okay, so for 2018, I used this notebook, which was $5 at Michael's, and then I put this together and literally just took it down to FedEx office and had them bind it. And I think it was like $4 and change to get that done. This year, I am starting with an actual binder, and my kid decorated this cover for me a while back. And says, "I love you, Mom," on the back of it. But it is an actual binder, 2 sets of 8 tabs, and I'm probably gonna have to get at least one other set just for settings and scene ideas and stuff. In this binder, I have my NaNoWriMo prep checklist, and this is also available on my Patreon page, so you can get that there to just kind of check off everything that you need to do to get ready. I also found this prep schedule at EADEVERELL.com. Now, if you look on Pinterest for NaNoWriMo resources or prep schedules, this one website, they have so many different resources on there. How to prep a novel in 1 month and all this kind of stuff. This is not on my Patreon. I found this on Pinterest, and so I'll try to see if I can get that on another post for you guys over on the Patreon as well. But let's go ahead and get started. So what else I have in this binder? First tab is notes. So I've got a piece of paper and I literally just start writing down story ideas, okay? So that I get different ideas of what's supposed to come up in the story. Just scene ideas and everything that's not an actual charted out scene, but it is all of the brain dumping that I need to get out in order to write that scene later. So for writing out the actual scenes, what I use are these scene cards, and Abby Emmons is the one who came up with these ultimate scene cards, and I have to say they are awesome. They help you organize your thoughts, figure out exactly why this scene is in the story itself, what function it serves, and then what needs to happen after this scene. So it kind of gets that flow going so that you kind of know where the story is headed. I will leave a link to Abby Emmons's channel down in the description box as well so that you can go over and get those. All right, so in my writing notebook that I now carry, and this is for edits that need to be done and everything, I take it to critique nights every single week. So what I do is in here, you can see the 3-act story, and I have this resource on the Patreon. I did add it, and it's the first act timeline, and then this is just how it printed on my thing. But it tells you percentage-wise kind of what's supposed to be happening in the story. And so it's really nice to just kind of break it down. So, you know, the first thing it says, hook at the 1% mark. This opening moment is your opening scene, the first thing that happens in your story, possibly even the first line. So it kind of breaks down exactly where you should be in the different parts of the story to kind of let you know how this should be progressing. But this is super helpful to have, and this is a regular size notebook in case you're wondering. But you can see like I've got edits, notes, you know, different kinds of writing resources in here, the 12 archetypes, things like that, to just kind of have all of my resources in one place. But on things that I actually need to fill out for my story, that goes into my codex. So I print those out, that's what I write on, and that's what I put into the binder for my outline for 2019. Now, if you are new to writing in general, there is one resource that I highly suggest to every single writer. And I have had one of these things since college, which I am sad to say has been more than 10 years ago. I'm old, but here we go. So this is called the AP Style Book. This is one of my favorite books, and you can see I even have like little tabs and stuff on it, but it is a super helpful book because words that you're not quite sure what the inference or what the meaning is or how it's used, this book breaks that down. So if you're not sure if it's supposed to be further or farther, this will tell you what each one of those words means so that you actually use it properly, and it really helps with editing. It helps with getting your clear message across. If you're not sure if it's supposed to be laid or lain or lied, That's where the AP style book comes in. If you're not sure if you're supposed to capitalize a certain word, all of that is in here, okay? This is my 2017 edition. I don't have a brand new one yet. The one that I had in college that I wrote so many things on that, and there were so many notes that I just wrote everywhere. I actually gave that one to my uncle and he loved to read it. It's so cool to read through this stuff. I'm sorry, I'm not much of a nerd, but it is. There are so many different things in here that I just wish everybody knew. So like when the word email changed from a capital E dash mail, and then it became a lowercase e dash mail, and then it became just the word email without the dash in it. That was all updated year by year in the AP style book. So stuff like that where you kind of need to know how to write that. A lot used to be one word. Now it's not. Now it's two words. All of that kind of stuff is in the AP style book. So it answers all those random questions so you don't have to go and try to research it. It makes it a lot easier to just reference this thing. So last but not least, one of the really fun resources that I have over on my Patreon, again, it's for free, is the NaNoWriMo bingo card. So I made a NaNoWriMo bingo card just for fun, to kind of keep you on track during Nano, to make sure that, you know, that you're reaching all of your word counts, but then also some fun stuff, you know, like when you finish eating all the snacks way too early. That kind of stuff. So you can get all that stuff over on Patreon. Of course, there's a link down in the description box below. If you are going to be participating in NaNoWriMo this year, let me know down in the comments. I would love to hear from you guys. What are your projects about? Give me a little bit of your blurb down there in the comments below. I love hearing what you guys are up to. I am so looking forward to NaNoWriMo this year. It should be a lot of fun. I am officially an ML, a municipal liaison for the Houston area. So I am super stoked. I've been organizing events like crazy. I've got tons of stuff going on at the library for the next couple of months. It should be a blast. Lots of words are going to get written. Tons of stories are going to come out of people's heads. I'm stoked. So let me know down in the comments below what you are working on this Nano. I would love to hear from you guys, and I will see you again on Mean Muckin' Monday. Have a good one, you guys.